Hello and good afternoon and welcome to this session on paradoxes of macroeconomics, paradoxes of macroeconomic theory explained by Manisha Pimpalkhare, that is me. Welcome to the show. What exactly do we mean by a paradox? A paradox is a contradictory situation wherein one statement says something and the next statement actually says something opposite. In paradoxes of macroeconomics, what we see is what is true on a micro scale may not be true for a macro scale. That is, what is true of an individual may not be true for the society as a whole. The first such case is called as paradox of thrift. And we are going to ask a question, are savings good? Answer is obviously yes. All individuals must save. However, if all of us save and in general society saves more, then we might end up having a problem. What is the problem? The problem is explained on the slide. What it is known as is saving is a private virtue but a public vice. On an individual level, savings are very good. But on a public level, if everybody saves more, what problem society might face? That is what we are going to explain now. So, the first part is if society saves more. It obviously means there is less consumption. Why is that? Because our income is classified between consumption and savings. So, if we are saving less, in other words, we are going to consume. If we are saving more, in other words, we are going to consume less. If we consume less, there is obviously going to be less demand for goods and services. Because if we spend less, producers will find that there is no demand for their goods and services. Suppose, for example, we decide not to buy a car this year. In that case, there will be less demand for cars. What will car manufacturers think? They will think that there is no demand for cars, so let us not produce any of those, or let us produce less. So if producers decide to produce less, that means there will be less investment in the projects, less companies being set up. And if there are less companies or less industrial units, then there will be less number of jobs, further leading to unemployment. Thus, the consequence of more savings on our part is that economy as a whole will lose many jobs. Hence, we say what is true for an individual may not be true for economy as a whole. Let us take one more case. There is a banking related paradox. Now, this is obviously we all know that banks run on trust, on the element of trust. That is, we believe that whenever we go to a bank, we can withdraw our money. Our money is safe with them. So, there is a premise that banks assume on a given day, not all the customers are going to come and withdraw the money. So, a certain proportion is kept for such demands and the other is invested. And that is how banks earn their incomes. But while it is true that each one of us can withdraw, if all of us go and withdraw money, what will happen? So, what will happen? If all of us demand the deposits on the same day, banks would collapse because they would not have that much liquidity, because as we have earlier seen, they work on the premise that on a given day, not all the people are going to come, only a few will come for withdrawing, and hence the money that they keep for such purposes is relatively less, and the other part they invest. Hence, what is true for everyone individually is not true for all collectively. That is a banking related paradox. There is one more paradox called as wage cut or wage employment paradox. This is a classic economic theory which says that classicals assume, neoclassicals like ACP Gu, that if there is a reduction in the wage rate, that is, if you pay less wage rate, there is a possibility that there will be more employment because it is possible to employ more labor when the wage rate is less from the producer's point of view, from the employer's point of view. However, on a macro level, Keynes said that a wage cut would mean that workers have less incomes. If they have less incomes, what will happen? Their spending will be less, demand for goods will be less, and they might lose the job because there is less incentive for investment and production. So, according to Keynes, a cut in the wage or a fall in the wage rate will not actually promote employment, it would rather create more unemployment. What Pigou has said is true for an individual producer. However, if we apply lower wage rate to all, the entire economy, then there will be less income, less demand, less investment, less production, and therefore less jobs. And it will create a problem of unemployment rather than solving the problem of unemployment. Hence, it is called as a wage cut paradox. That is, at a macro level, a wage cut is not a solution for the problem of unemployment. The last one in this is something related to agriculture and farmers. Now, usually, when a producer produces more, he is expected to earn more, simply. However, when farmers produce more, they actually end up getting less income. So, what is true for one producer is not really true for all if all of them produce more. So, what happens? Initially, we must realize that the agricultural production is largely dependent on climate conditions, rainfalls, etc., which are fairly common for all the farmers in that region. So, if one farmer gets favorable conditions and produces a bumper crop, it is quite likely that all the farmers will do the same, which means that there is overproduction or excess creation of food production in that region or in that market. Now, what happens when this extra supply or this overproduction reaches the market? Two things happen. One, farmers really cannot store all of this food stuff or any agricultural products. They are mostly perishable products, which means all of them have to be sold out. Secondly, the demand for such products is usually inelastic, meaning it doesn't change much. It is not likely that because there are more goods available, people will buy more goods because for them also it is perishable, which means the demand remains the same but supply is excessive, what is called as a glut. Now, this glut will lead to a price fall, and a very huge price fall would mean that farmers who have produced a bumper crop actually end up getting very low price for their product and end up getting low income. So, instead of being rewarded for producing more, farmers are being punished for producing more. This is known as paradox relating to agricultural sector. So, in this session, we have seen 4 instances of macroeconomics paradox. One, paradox of thrift, that is savings are good for one but not so good for society as a whole. 2, wage cut may help an individual producer to employ more laborers, but it may not be a collective solution for unemployment. Third, banks obviously will allow everyone to withdraw, but not to all to withdraw on the same day. It would lead to collapse of the banks. And finally, agriculture related paradox, which says that farmers, if they produce more, they are likely to suffer or likely to not gain a lot in terms of income. This is all I have for you to now. We'll meet again soon. Till then, thank you and bye bye.